So for the Director Roulette maiden voyage, we got off to a bit of a rocky start.
Yes.
The idea being that we are going to get a database of like 850 directors, grab a random number generator between 1 and 850 or whatever the number, generate whatever we get. We look at their filmography, generate again based on the number of films they've done. Well, watch that film. We got Olivia Newman, director of 2 films. I forget the name of the other one.
Yeah, I don't remember. It was like a Netflix movie that nobody saw.
It was her first movie. Remember, it was from 2018. And then her next credit was Where the Crawdads Sing from 2022. I remember we were both like, okay, please. Between 1 and 2, please, random number generator. Yes. Please come in clutch. Let us watch Where the Crawdads Sing.
An actual movie.
Came up and we're like, okay, here we go. Little did we know, at least me, I had no idea what we were in for.
Oh my goodness. I thought we got lucky in the sense that I had heard of this movie before and I had known people who have seen it. So I'm just like, this is at least something. We're not getting like a real deep cut on this person we don't know anything about. That's going to be just like so hard to get into. I was not ready for anything in this movie.
Did you know anything about this movie before we landed on Olivia Newman?
I know that there's some type of... Beforehand, I knew there was some kind of investigation, which turned out to be the murder investigation in the movie. And I know it was based on a book that was very popular. That's all I knew.
Kind of same. I knew that it was a book that people liked, someone liked, that was turned into a movie. I knew that the movie was considered not good. And I knew that Taylor Swift made a song for it to try to win an Oscar. Which didn't work. But
sucks.
I think she did get nominated though.
I mean, probably
for this like True Detective season 1 theme ripoff song. Look into it. Yeah. So this movie, I didn't know anything about it. You watched it before me, and you texted me something like, you're in for it.
Yes, I was watching with my roommate because I said, hey, Caleb and I are doing something for the podcast. Do you want to just watch this while I take notes? And he's like, yeah, sure. We get not even 10 minutes in, and we experience the most, what I wrote as book talk dialogue ever. These are the books that like women on TikTok are reading. They're just like the most schlock romance novels about like 7-foot-tall vampires with like 12-inch cocks.
Yeah, this is is this a Reese Witherspoon movie?
She does produce a lot, but I'm not sure.
I think it is. I'm pretty sure that I saw her name on it. She has this legitimate business where she has like a publishing company, or she has like a deal with a publisher where she'll pick up a book and get it into the pipeline to hit bookstores and market it and whatnot. But the deal is that she gets like the movie option rights forever or something like that.
Yes.
And then it's really just a way to put books out there that hopefully will hit and women are going to read. And then you have a built-in audience for the inevitable movie adaptation. That's like the system that she does. And I'm 99% sure this is one of those.
Yes. I've heard of that system before, and it's quite genius.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Let me just say this. Reese Witherspoon, stay in front of the camera, bitch. Because this movie is like irredeemable. It's not quite a disease movie. Like at no point was like, I need to look away. But this movie's batshit crazy. There is no... I wouldn't even say there's like lapses in logic. There is no logic to this movie. This movie feels like it was written by a 7-year-old. With like a 7-year-old's understanding of like the court system.
Yes.
And criminal investigations. And life in South Carolina.
How people work in general.
Yeah. Relationships.
There's something that made me laugh really early on. So our main character eventually ends up being the only person living in this house.
Kaya,
yeah, which is a very weird name for like 1950s South Carolina or North Carolina, one of the two.
Something.
One of the Carolinas. It seems like a very new age name. Like
sure.
Kaylin.
Yeah.
Or there's like, I don't know, the what do you call it? Like the stereotypical like white kid names that you see.
Mishmash names.
Yeah. Like Hunter Gunner.
Hunter Gunner. Hi Hunter Gunner.
You let me tell you something, Crawdad. There's a certain point where all her family leaves one by one because her dad is abusive. Mm-hmm. And a certain point it's just her and her dad. And then you think in your head, like, because you know she's going to be living on her own at some point, it just makes sense. Mm-hmm. You think like, oh, maybe the dad is going to like die or something, or she's going to get like in a fight with him. He just leaves.
Yeah, he leaves too.
He leaves the movie.
Disappears.
Yes, he doesn't come back. There's no thing of just like, Kaya, I didn't treat you right or anything. I've seen the error of my ways. Would you think like a woman write into a book?
Yeah, you're expecting certain cliches, and they don't do the cliche, but they do things that are worse.
It's
like
bizarre.
Instead of the plot thread being tied up in a way that wasn't cliche, it's just thrown out. I mean, there is a new plot thread every scene. Like the movie, I couldn't tell. I didn't know what the fuck it was about for most of it. You're like, where is this going? I've never seen a movie where I was this unmoored.
Yes, one of the first things that I believe they talk about is a murder investigation of like the town like quarterback.
The movie starts with voiceover like marsh. People think marsh is swamp, but it ain't. Marsh is light, and it's like this cheesy, terrible like voiceover. And immediately, did you think about this? Because I was listening to it and I was like, this is just the opening prose of the book that they just typed, and they typed Kaya parentheses VO and then just put the pro, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
I Googled it. You can read the first like 10% of a book for free on Google Preview. It's exactly how it starts.
Oh my God, you're not kidding.
Exactly how the book starts. Yes.
I was going to say, this might be like something that was written on like a blurb on the back where it's like, the marsh is light. There's only light here.
Literally the opening voiceover is word for word, just the opening prose of like, swamp ain't marsh. Marsh is light. And then it's like, and the line cuts through the grass and it blah, blah, blah. And that's the swamp. And it's like, you just explained how swamp is marsh.
Yes. The explanation doesn't make any sense when you think about it. You're like, well, hold on.
None of the dialogue in this movie makes, everything. It's like designed to trick you, to like lull you into that you're hearing like poetic musings about something, but nothing anyone says means anything or has any substance. It really is like listening to just like gerbils chirping.
Yes. I mean, if the dialogue also wasn't bad, we are not the main audience for this movie, so we weren't going to like it. It's what my roommate called a woman movie.
This movie should have been called Women Talking.
If only someone hadn't made a movie called that. We were never going to like this just because it's really in our DNA to just not like something like this. The main character, and I hate to use this term, but it is true, is a Mary Sue. She has no real faults of any kind. Mm-hmm. Anything that she never does anything bad. Bad things are done to her by people who are ontologically evil and one-dimensional.
Yes. The characters in this movie, every character is completely one-dimensional. And they are hyper-exaggerated versions of cliches you've seen countless times in other things. Like her dad, the abusive alcoholic dad. It's not enough that he's just a drunk and that he's abusive. His like first scene is him walking out of the house being like, God damn it, kids, you don't know respect. And like backhanding his daughter into like a lake.
He punches his kid into a lake.
He punches her so hard she like flies into water.
I was like, am I watching the right movie? Is this like a parody?
Yeah, it's like ridiculous. And then like, she meets the boyfriend who's like the cliche of like the guy who's who can't wait to have sex with her or whatever. But he just like punches her in the mouth and tries to rape her immediately.
Yes.
Like everyone is like the most cliched, most absolute like non-human cardboard cutout.
Yes, it is inherently interesting if somebody has conflictions in their character. Like if her dad was maybe supportive of her learning something, but was also had like an abusive side when he got drunk. Mm-hmm. It's interesting to see that duality of the character, and you wonder, is he inherently good or bad? You can explore that, and it, makes for an interesting book. But I assume the book was one-dimensional too, because I don't see why the movie would have just dropped everything.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely meant to be something that 50-year-old moms read on a plane.
Yeah, this is meant to be read when you're like experiencing oxygen deprivation. You're like, oh my God, where the crawdads sing. The title, by the way, early on, I don't think it's like in the opening scene, but early on, I mean, the mother... The first person in the family they're like this poor family in like South Carolina. and there's no prospects. The dad is crazy. He's like 6 kids. Mom just leaves one day. She's like, I can't do this anymore. And she just disappears. Mm-hmm. And then one by one, a la the Iron Claw, one by one, the kids just pack up and run away, which is shown in a hilarious montage where it's like she's talking. She's like, you know, and then Carl left, and then Suzanne run off, and then, you know, Susie was, and you're just seeing one kid after the other, like, open the front door with a suitcase, like, look left, look right, and then just, like, sprint out of the house.
Is
like,
Dad standing there with a hammer? No.
And then Dad's like, God damn it, another one done run off.
No. God damn it, Kylie, you're the only one now.
Eventually, it was just me and Pa. And then Pa got a letter from Mom, and he, like, looks at it, and he's like, God damn it! And he, like, lights it on fire, and then starts, like, burning all of her things. And it's like, and then the next day, Daddy was gone. So
yes.
Everyone just runs away.
Yes. It would also be interesting if her dad stayed in the movie for a longer amount of time, but it's like, no, he's just gone now. I mean, where does he even go? It's his house he owned.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, just on vacation.
The writer was writing it, and they're like, the audience isn't going to ask that question.
Everybody will instantly ask that question.
Yeah. The movie proper begins. The movie is told in flash. Well, the first like 30 minutes is like a flashback, like Alto Nights, kind of like catching you up sort of thing, where it literally starts with police discover a dead body underneath this like observation tower in the middle of the swamp, in the middle of the marsh.
In the marsh.
And they're like, they see the body and they go, oh, that's Tate McRae. What's his name?
Is that a singer? It's something like that. It's like Tate
something.
Tate something. He has a weird name that no guy in the 50s had too.
He has a very like novel written by a woman name. But they're like, that's Tate McRae. He's Kaya's boy. So then they go to this house where there's a bunch of feathers on the porch, and one of the cops explains the plain view doctrine to the other. Do you remember that?
Yes, he says something like, "Oh, if like something about like reasonable cause to like search something."
He literally they're freaked out by the feathers. Like, whoa, it's the feather girl. Oh, it's the bird. Or what do they call it? The swamp girl.
Swamp girl.
He's like, oh, it's the swamp girl's house. And they're like on the porch, and he looks in the window. He sees something inside, and he's like, according to the plain view doctrine, we can now enter this home. It's like, oh, thank you, woman who just Googled what that is and then just typed what Google AI said into her novel.
It's like, that's also not true. It's like, you need to see something that's like shocking and gives you the cause. You can't just be like, oh, maybe I can find something there.
They do see something. He sees something that gives him reason to believe she's there, or like a possible murder. He does see an object, and he's like, and you know what? That means we can now enter thanks to the plain view doctrine, which was passed in 1927. Terrible. And then cut to Kaya is like hiding behind the house. She sees the cops and she takes off in a sprint, and you're like, okay, so this girl is running from something. Yeah. I don't know about you. Immediately I'm thinking, okay, she knows he's dead. She didn't do it, and she's not going to talk to the cops because there's some greater thing holding her tongue, which turns out is not at all. It's not that interesting,
no.
But she runs from the cops. They chase her. They catch her. They think she's guilty. They throw her in jail. And the movie is that she's fighting. She's defending herself in court that she didn't kill the guy. Meanwhile, you're watching the story of how she grew up, met this guy, yada, yada.
We need to talk about the swamp girl persona, because this was taking me out of it instantly. I mean, this very clearly is like a self-insert character, because they explain very early on that she's illiterate.
Yeah.
And you, in your head, if you think of a girl who's raised in the South, 1950s, lives in a swamp in like the most like Deliverance ass shack, it looks fucked up.
Yeah, it's a rape shack.
You would think the mental image in your mind is like a woman with like scraggly hair, like kind of a real tramp type look. She's a beautiful woman, skinny, is wearing like decent clothes.
With flawless skin.
Flawless skin, has braided hair, is very cute. And it's like, this is just a beautiful actress. This is not somebody playing a character.
Yeah. You don't buy at all that she's who she's supposed to be.
Yes, this is the self-insert where girls are like, oh, she's beautiful, and I have something about me that I don't like and self-conscious about. So what's her name? Kaya? Fuck. Yes. Her name is so stupid, I'm forgetting it.
So she winds up in jail, and David Strathairn plays this like typical Southern heart of gold lawyer who's going to defend her. He goes to the jail cell to meet with her and explain how he wants to represent her and hear her story. And she's like, I'm not going to defend myself, but I ain't staying, I'm not going to go to prison.
She's not pleading guilty.
She will not plead guilty, but she also refuses to go to jail. She's basically implying she'll kill herself if she gets found guilty. She's like, one way or the other, I'm not serving this sentence.
Yes. Real quick, I just want to say, so she has this very stoic demeanor of that. The only evidence they have so far linking her to the crime is the guy's dead body had like a pink little piece of thread on it. And she has a hat in her house that they found through the Plainview Doctrine. That is a hat that at the time looks like the same color.
Yeah.
They do eventually do some matching and be like, it's the same fibers, which I don't know if they had that in the 50s. Yeah, I don't know. But that is something where it's like, that's your only evidence is he may have been around her hat.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, there's the worst. This movie doesn't know how anything works because the courtroom scenes are insane. But before we even get to the court, there is that scene with the coroner or whatever. It's like, and as you know, when we do an autopsy, we test for this, that, and this. And yeah, he had a strand of this feather. Now now Swamp Girl's obsessed with feathers because she's this is this expositional scene where he's explaining to the marshal how autopsies are done.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's in the jail cell explaining to David Strathairn her story. She explains, and now we see for the first time when she was young. Immediately, Bert from Raising Hope comes out playing her drunken father. You gotta learn respect, goddammit! Punches his daughter into the lake. It's insanely comical. As the siblings are leaving, one of them says, Kaya, if you ever make it out of here, you just gotta go. You gotta go north and through the whatever woods and up to where the Crawdads sing. Which, by the way, never has any there's no reason for that to be the title of this movie.
No,
it's not a meaningful moment. It doesn't come back in. It's just a complete throwaway.
It is a book talk title, something that is kind of 100%. Snappy and artistic. And then you think about it, it's Crawdads really don't do that anyway.
Yeah, Crawdads don't sing. What is that supposed to... Yeah, exactly. It's like they generated AI. What's a phrase that sounds meaningful? They started with the title, then she worked backwards. She's like, Crawdads. Okay, so it's in the South. Ooh, marsh. Okay, marsh is not swamp, actually. Question for you.
Okay.
Couple things that I wrote down. So when I was taking notes on this, I wrote more than I've written for anything else we've done so far. I filled 7 pages in my notebook.
Oh my God.
Full pages. Because every scene I had to pause it every 10 seconds to be wait, what what the fuck is happening? Why didn't Kaya leave? Because everyone else runs away and she stays with the craziest, most evil father of all time, right? Mm-hmm. She stays when 11 other older siblings all run away one at a time. If you're writing this story, if you have any brain, if you need to just contrive a reason for her to stay behind, you'd give her one older sibling who's 10 years older and is 16, not quite college age, but is going to get out early,
Sure.
And is Kai, I wish I could take you with me, but I got to get out of here. She has fucking an army of children that leave this house and she stays. There's no reason why she would stay.
No one would take her with them. My younger sister of the abuser. Because if you think of any other media, it's just me and my brother left our house because our mom was abusive. You never leave the youngest one. The oldest one didn't take her.
Yeah. And some of them left in pairs.
Yeah. They're just we'll just leave our youngest one. Yeah, to get beaten by her dad. And
get beaten and probably molested by this insane man.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad is the Joker. And my siblings left me here with him.
My dad is psychologically torturing me.
Yeah.
My siblings sometimes yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Just catch the next train, buddy.
Yeah. She is, you mentioned, what's the term for a perfect character?
Mary Sue.
Thank you.
For a woman.
Yeah, she is immediate. I mean, when she's on her own, she's and daddy would just stay home and drink and, live his Hemingway life. So I had to go out and get scallops or something. She's digging out
mussels.
Mussels, that's what it is. And then she sells them to the local, by the way, black owned, 7-Eleven in South Carolina.
On the swamp.
Yes, where every single white person who would be cursing them out and trying to kill them is constantly super nice to them. This movie has a weird racism doesn't exist thing. Not that you have to make it like mean-spirited, but
yes,
it doesn't feel realistic at all that these South Carolina white people in the 50s are like, hello, black black guy who sells my gas. I'm so like deferent to you. Do you know what I'm talking about?
It's very bizarre because it seems like this book didn't want to tackle racism in any way. So they're just like, let's not acknowledge anything. There's no like character. There is like one guy later on who says like, you got that, boy, but he's like kind of an authority figure. He might just be saying it as like, you know, pecking order type stuff. Yeah. But I mean, I have family members who were just like older than when this movie takes place. And it's just like that kind of relationship didn't exist in the South, which was a Confederate state where they're at. Yeah. Like that shit just didn't happen where you're just like, oh, I'm intermingling. This was during segregation. Yes. By the way.
And this book is written by a girl who definitely owns like Robin DiAngelo's works. You know what I mean? This is a girl who would like lecture you on like white privilege and like erasure and like, you know, not talking about racism and stuff. But like she's writing this book in the 50s where it's like, well, gee golly, Mr. Black Man, you were pretty cool, aren't you? It's just weird. Yeah, it's just weird. It's just everyone's nice, everyone gets along, everyone's perfect in this universe except the bad boy who wanted to pressure her into sex. He's the one person who's not, but everybody else is just like this like rose-colored glasses, like utopia, you know?
Yes. I guess we should talk about the romantic aspect of this. So she starts off dating. How does she meet this guy? He's like a fisherman, I think.
There's a friend. I forget what his name is. All the characters' names are so forgettable. We'll call him Good Boy.
Good Boy.
One of her brothers has a friend who comes by on his little fishing boat and visits their house. And she meets him. She like knows him a little bit. And she goes out on her boat to get the mussels once. Oh, and he's like, oh, here's how you get back home.
Oh, yeah. He meets her out in the marsh.
Yeah. When they're like 10 years old.
Yes. And I guess they don't really interact with each other much. And then once her dad just ups and leaves, she meets him again and he's like older and definitely like more handsome.
Yeah, the movie's like she's like digging out mussels and I guess she just did that for the next 10 years because now she's like 19. Yeah. And she's played by the actress who plays her throughout the movie and we're caught up. And then this like beautiful, handsome man shows up and is like, Kaya, it's me, Good Boy. Don't you remember me? And it's like, of course she would remember him. Like, he lives like one house down.
The one guy that talks to you.
Yeah, like, why would she? And she's like, oh, it's you. And it's like, what? You don't know what?
Yes. Very book logic.
Yeah.
Then there's a point where he realizes that she likes feathers. So every day he leaves like a different kind of rare feather in a tree stump. And this is the thing if she's just like, oh my God, a feather's there. And then one day he catches her or she catches him like leaving it. And he's just like, oh, I was just leaving the feather. And she's like, so that's who was doing it. And it's like, well, obviously it's him.
Nobody else. Feathers.
Nobody else comes out to the marsh. It's obviously the one guy.
Yes. Yeah. There's a lot of feather talk in this movie, which is, and then that becomes a thing. Oh, Tate. That's his, or no, wait. No, Chase.
Is it Chase?
Chase. Chase is one of them. I think Chase is the good boy.
I'm not calling you a liar, but I do not remember any of their names.
One of them is definitely named Chase. And then the other one, the bad boy who's like the football star, his name might as well be like football star jock douchebag. His name is, I could actually probably find it here really quick because I think I wrote their names in here. Oh, Chase Andrews. That's the kid who's dead.
That is such a fucking YA novel.
Yeah, man. Chase Andrews done turn up dead, and we all know Swamp Girl did it. By the way, they all live in a swamp. Why is she the Swamp Girl?
I guess because she lives the most in the swamp.
She knows feathers.
I guess there's a town nearby that she goes into sometimes and gets like groceries.
Okay, yeah. We forgot something. So when she's a kid, this is when you really know you're watching a good movie.
Oh, fuck. I know what you're going to say, yeah.
She goes into town for the first time. She's trying to find a place to buy food or something. And David Strathairn is on the street and he sees her and he's like, well, hello, little girl. Like, where are you off to? And she's like, oh, this place, whatever. And then some kids walk by that are on their way to school. And he's like, you know, school is available to everyone. They can't keep you out. And she's like, well, okay. And then he's like, and they published the lunch in the newspaper. And this week they're having Salisbury steak. Cut to, she just goes to school She just shows up. And I guess when you want to go to school back in the day, you just walk into the building, walk into a classroom, and the teacher goes, you can take the seat in the back.
I guess so, yeah.
It's just, there's no...
At this point, they're probably like, whatever.
No administration, I guess. You literally just walk in and take your seat. The teacher immediately goes, can you spell dog? And she goes, it's a G-O-D. And everyone's like, ha! Like,
you're poor.
Yeah, you suck. We hate you. The entire class is like pointing, laughing, screaming at her.
Yeah. And she's also barefoot, by the way. Yeah. I remember that.
This movie plays like a Taylor Swift music video. It has the logic of a Taylor Swift music video.
It really is.
She's so beautiful. She's so perfect. But everyone just sees her as a monster when really she didn't do anything wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think when they showed the movie to Taylor Swift for her to write the song, do you think she watched the scene where they ask her to spell dog and she spells it God? Do you think Taylor Swift like winced at that? And grabbed her satanic cross?
Give me money and I'll do it. So she starts a relationship with Good Boy.
Yeah, in modern day, she left school after day one when they laughed at her.
Yes.
She meets Good Boy and he's like, I'm going to teach you to read.
Yes, and he does a very good job of teaching her to read, by the way, because this is a girl who's never read a book in her entire life, and she's like, what, 17 at this point?
Something.
Probably. And it's like, they have this idea that you can change somebody from illiterate to just like writing masterpiece literature
in a couple months.
In a couple months. Yes. At a certain point, she writes a book that is a very like intellectual book about species.
Feathers. Oh, it is about, it's about different species of mussels.
Something in the swamp.
Birds.
And it's like, yeah, you could do that eventually, but you're not going to just like jump from not being able to spell dog to writing a book and getting it published. It really is the ultimate Mary Sue thing. It's just like, against all adversity, I managed to learn how to read and write the best book ever.
This has, and I wrote this down, this is where we're introduced to some iconic, meaningless, like woman dialogue, where when she's describing everything in this movie is just brushed over and, just kind of shorthand, like, move along, voiceover. He's like reading poetry to her or something in like a field, and they're laying underneath like one of those like trees they used to hang people with. And she has a quote. She goes, and the more that Good Boy read to me, I realized, I realized that literature could affect me in ways I never thought possible. And I never knew that words could hold so much. It's like, what? Because she knows how to speak. She doesn't speak with a backwoods hick vernacular. She kind of speaks normally. Her literacy actually doesesn't affect her learning to read doesn't actually affect anything about how she talks.
Yes.
But you're supposed to hear that and go like, oh, that's deep.
Yeah, she does. You're right. She talks with like kind of an antebellum, just like Southern Belle cadence, where it's like, I do declare that this heat wave is giving me the vapors.
Yeah. Yeah, and this romance, there's like a budding romance between them pretty much immediately. I wouldn't say there's sexual tension, but she clearly likes him. Mm-hmm. He's just doing a ton of nice things for her all the time. He's not really wanting anything from her. It's kind of the ideal relationship for a woman, I guess.
Yeah, it's what women want. They're just like, please do not try to have sex with me until I want it.
Yes.
And give it to me all the time.
Where the man that's interested in you just like, teaches you to read, walks you home, like basically spends all of his time doing things for you, but never tries to even kiss you, I guess. I don't know. For some reason, that's like an ideal setup for a girl, according to this movie, at least. But they're talking, the first time they actually have like any kind of romantic spark, and I wrote this down too, this is just such good dialogue. They're talking and he's like, Kaya, she says some like self-deprecating remark. And he's like, Kaya, you're smart, you're special, you have a lot to offer the world. And she says, well, sometimes I feel so invisible, I wonder if I exist at all. And then he goes, you do exist, Kaya. And it reminded me of that scene in Arrested Development where the girl says to Job, like, this is good. And he's like, you're good. And then they just start making out right away. Like, it's so crazy where she's like, I don't even know if I exist. You do, Kyle. And they're just like meaningfully staring at each other. And it's like, and then they start kissing. No, it's like 3 years before they hold hands,
Yes. The time jump in this movie, time jumps really, especially at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Are so jarring. and bizarre in terms of the pacing.
It's extremely unclear how time is moving in their relationship because it seems like it's been a few months and then suddenly it's like, and she says something to indicate it's been years.
Yes.
And now he's going off to college. But
Yes.
before he goes, he asks her, do you want to be my girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what she says?
What does she say?
He's like, he brings up college and he's going to be leaving. He's like, but I do like spending time with you, Kaya. And he's like, would you want to be my girlfriend? She stares at him and she goes, I know feathers. Most girls probably don't know feathers. And then they start kissing. That's her reaction. And he doesn't go, oh my God, this woman, I need to get away from her. He's like, that's hot.
Damn.
Some of the worst dialogue ever in this movie. I mean, it's just so, I was watching that. I was like, what did the author or screenwriter who took that, or I don't know if that's an original line for this movie or if it was in the book, either one. What do you think that meant? What do you think that was supposed to, like, in your wildest fantasies? Is that romantic? Is it funny? Is it charming?
No.
What the fuck was that?
None of the above. And then at a certain point, he does leave for college and he's just like, I'll visit you on the 4th of July, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I'll visit you on 4th of July. And then it comes and goes and he just doesn't show up.
The funniest scene ever. She's sitting on the beach. He's like, I'll come from yonder. You'll see my boat. Yeah. She's on the beach. Sun starts setting. The sun is now set. She like falls asleep on the beach. She wakes up. He's not there. And she goes, Dad! She's like yelling his name. She's crying like he's dead. She starts screaming and crying. And she goes, no. And it's like, maybe he's late.
Yeah.
Like, why is she? And I was thinking, like, is this supposed to be implied he's dead? Like, is he dead? Because he's never mentioned again until he just shows up in the last third of the movie.
Yes. I mean, if her dad just leaves the movie and most of her siblings, you would be forgiven for being just like, oh, he's just gone. This plot point is done.
Yeah. It's an extremely mournful, like, it's a mournful scene.
Yeah.
Because he didn't come home when he said. And she reacts like he's dead. She's like having a hysterical fit on the beach because he didn't come down he wasn't on the horizon yonder.
And then at this point, she is heartbroken and I believe almost immediately meets Bad Boy.
She's crying. She cries and then the movie, it dissolves to, you see like snow appear, or like you see the seasons changing, and she has a line of dialogue, voiceover: fall to winter, winter to spring. The only constant is change. And I know Reese Witherspoon read that in the book and was like, oh fuck, this is gonna be a fucking good.
This is fucking tough as shit.
That's so fucking true. Oh my god, the only constant is change. Oh god, this fucking goes hard.
I'm about to make $50 million in the fucking movie.
But like the passage of time, like time goes by, but in the movie's chronology, it is the next scene. She's at the 7-Eleven selling mussels to the black family. And then she walks outside and Chase Andrews, Bad Boy in like Dockers with like a pound of grease in his hair, is like, you look good.
Yeah.
So go out?
I have to say something about just how this guy is appearing at this shop. So to set the stage, this shop is very much a only shop on the river type thing. Like a real like Huck Finn, kind of vibe. The people that are usually shopping here are people that live in the swamp and don't go into town. Chase Andrews is wearing like a Burberry cardigan and like Dockers and comes in like a motorboat that is definitely better than the other ones here. It's like, why is he here?
To find Kaya so he could fall in love with her.
I guess so. He's in like the poor part of town, basically.
Yeah.
And is just like buying what I think gas is what he tries to buy.
Yes. He's filling up his boat and he's like, you look good. You should go on a date with me. And she's like, are you that boy Chase Andrews? And he's like, yes, ma'am. I guess they know each other.
Even though she's not in school and doesn't watch high school football.
Yeah. She wears her. This is Taylor Swift wrote this movie. I think this is ghostwritten by Taylor Swift. This book has the logic of a Taylor Swift song. Yeah, he asks her out. She has no reason to. He's acting insanely suspicious. You look at him. He might as well have rape written on his forehead. And she's like, "Well, you could take me to dinner." They end up going to a beach to like have a picnic, and they sit down. And within 10 seconds, he is climbing on top of her, sticking his tongue down her mouth.
Yeah,
she slaps him. the cliched thing where there's like blood in his mouth. He like touches his lip, looks at the blood, punches her in the fucking head.
I fucking forgot.
And then they like this, and then she like goes to leave, and he's like, "Wait, Kai, give me another chance," and she does.
Yes, and eventually they end up actually hooking up.
Yes,
and I remember this is weird because he takes her to like a motel.
There's a scene early in the movie where Good Boy explains there's some town, sort of like like a couple miles down the road, that his mother and sister died in a car accident going to pick up a bike for him.
Yes.
He's like, they were going to get a bus. He's like, my mother and daughter, or my mother and sister, they died in this wreck, and it was because of me, Kai. They were going to get a bicycle for me. And he has like a breakdown. Chase Andrews, and he's gone. She cries like he's dead. So and then Chase Andrews, the shadiest man ever, is like, let's go to Murder Town. And I was like, is it implied that Chase killed? Because this movie's making no sense at this point. So I'm trying desperately to figure out what the fuck is happening.
You're trying to see if any of these stories are interconnected in any way.
I'm trying to find out, did the boyfriend kill Chase as revenge? And we're going to find out. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, why else would he mention that exact same town? I was, to my surprise, although I shouldn't have been surprised, none of it is connected. It's all completely useless and random, but they go to this town, get a motel room, and he like sodomizes her.
So she has her first sex. Loses her virginity here. Yeah. And I have to say, this is one of the most unrealistic first times I've ever seen anything. There is like no, awkwardness or build up. I don't expect it from him, but for her, she's just kind of there, immediately just penetrates her, no resistance whatsoever. And she's just like, oh, okay, this is sex. I mean, that's not how it happens. Not to be a whore, but that's not how it happens.
She's laying on her back with her legs together, arms at her sides. He climbs on top of her. Within 1 second, he's inside of her.
Yes.
He's like thrusting on top of her while she's laying there making like, I'm in insane pain faces. She's like, and then within 15 seconds, sex is over.
Yeah, the classic, like, he can't last.
Yeah, he rolls off of her and he's like, and then he says, it'll hurt less in the future. And she's like, and and I guess that's what it's going to be for me. I mean, women must go through hell when they're young and they have sex for the first time, because every time a woman writes a story where a girl loses her virginity, it's this scene.
It's like, fuck. Yeah. It is always bad. Yeah. Yeah, the idea that he is able to just instantly slide inside her and there's like no resistance or her being like, actually, because she's very apprehensive to having sex.
Wouldn't she be bleeding?
I mean, kind of depends, I guess.
What depends on what?
This shows how much we know about the opposite gender.
I mean, I think I'm right. I mean, like, when your hymen breaks, you're going to fucking bleed. Like, it should look like the predator's mouth down there.
Well, your hymen doesn't technically break.
What are you talking about?
That's a myth. What's happening is the first time you have sex is if you don't have any action, down there, if you're not like, masturbating or using a dildo, if you have penetrative sex, it can tear the hymen, but you don't have to break the hymen to start having sex. It's not like covered. It's not like a seal on like a Tylenol bottle.
Oh, no. That's not how I meant it. Well, people say break the hymen, but like, I'm not thinking it's like snapping in half. Like a tongue depressor in a doctor's office. But like tissue breaks.
Not always. That's a myth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I've been lied to.
This is the only thing I know. Somehow.
I'm like, High School Health lied.
Oh, High School Health lied all the time to us. We live in a pretty liberal state, and they were constantly telling us just wrong information.
Damn. So you're saying the stork fucks the girl?
Yes. The stork comes down with his tiny penis, doesn't break her hymen, impregnates her with a human baby.
The stork sucks off the man and gives him the sperm to put back in the stork so he can spit it in her.
He keeps it in his bill, in his big bill. There's a bunch of cum.
You're saying the stork...
No, what he does is he gulps up a big thing of cum, flies out for the day, spits it in every pussy, and is like, well, that's it. Gotta clock out now. Caleb's died.
Sorry, my throat is really dry. Anyway, so she has the worst sex ever with Chase Andrews and is like traumatized by it. Cut to modern day. She's in the trial, and the case has not been going well for her because number one, she fled the scene or fled her house, and that makes her look guilty. Why the fuck did she run, by the way? Like, they never explain, she never makes a case for what her alibi would have been. There's no reason they give her why she was running. So she just looks guilty from the jump. And then during the case, they're like, and you know, she was with Chase Andrews and they were alone. This is a place they would go. It's not looking good. But then her lawyer presents a letter. The sheriff wrote a letter to the Parks Department about how that observation tower had this like hatch that was really loose and it was like a safety hazard. And someone could easily fall through it.
Yes.
And his dead body was discovered directly below this, you know, like 4 stories down.
Yeah, it looks like it could have been an accident.
Looks like it could have easily been an accident. And there was no footprints of anybody else except him. So this kind of seems to seal the deal for the case, pretty much. But he presents this in court and everyone's like, oh my God. And he's like, and Mr. Sheriff who arrested Kaya, you wrote this letter yourself. And if he wrote that letter, why did he suspect Kaya? Why didn't they think he fucking fell off? There's no footprints, and he wrote the letter.
Yeah.
So why are the police suspecting her? Why is she on trial?
This movie has like so little elements to the investigation, but none of them make sense. Like, it's so bare bones, but they just didn't do any due diligence to be like, well, that tracks.
This is what I mean by like no idea how like the justice system works. I've seen a lot of movies where there's a smoking gun that's like kind of contrived, but when the smoking gun was a piece of evidence that the prosecution themselves, you know what I mean? Yeah. The self-defeating lie, like she just had to pull something out of her ass to like help Kaya's case. Yeah.
Also, all of this evidence should be found in like the time in a case where they're just like gathering evidence.
Yes. Both sides would know about the evidence.
In disclosure, I believe it's called. So yeah, both sides would be like, oh, this thing that proves that the guy arresting like wrote this, that completely like exonerates me in the eyes of the law. Can we talk about this first?
Yes. In this movie, both the prosecution and defense have no idea what evidence the other side has.
I think law is new to this part of the world.
Yeah.
They're still trying to figure it out. It's like when they, like the Brits introduced like courts to like Africa and they're just like still wearing wigs. They're like, well, they wore wigs. I guess we still have to.
Yeah. For whatever reason, the smoking gun actually doesn't get her off though, because next day in court, Chase Andrews' mother testifies. And in a very similar scene to the Altonites, but they're like, you fucking whore. The mother is talking. She goes, you know, Kaya was jealous of my son. She murdered him and he didn't want to wear her ugly necklaces. And she has some bullshit. And like, and any real judge would be like, okay, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you can't say something like that.
Get the fuck off. Like, you know, mistrial. But she's like, hey, she murdered my son because she was jealous of how he was normal because she's a suave rat.
They really do have vitriolic hatred for this girl that just lives in a rural environment.
This girl that does nothing and lives just like, it makes absolutely no sense why they hate her other than, I guess, like she comes from trash, but she's literally never done anything wrong in her entire life. She just lives on her own and like sells mussels to black people.
Yeah. Every time she goes into town to like buy something, she's always just like nice, doesn't say anything bad to anybody. And everybody's like, get the fuck out of here. They're just so mean for no reason.
I actually got her correct slang. I said, she says, the mother says, not that she killed him because he wouldn't wear the ugly necklace, because the necklace, Chase Andrews would wear this necklace that Kaya made for him. And when his body was found, he didn't have the necklace on. And the night before he died, he was at his parents' place with Kaya.
That's right.
And was wearing the necklace. And then it was missing when he was dead. So the theory is like maybe she killed him and took it off of him. And the mother says, she killed him. She killed him and took back her ugly necklace. And it's never addressed what the theory could be. Again, the possible defense of what could have happened to the necklace. Like Kaya's lawyer, as far as what the movie shows, has no defense for anything.
Yes.
Like he's really somehow, I guess, doing a decent job keeping the jury on her side with no case.
I guess he's wearing his Atticus Finch like tan suit. I took note of that. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
He must be somehow like just, objecting off screen and saying stuff to, keep her case alive because he's doing nothing of substance.
He literally just sits there writing on like a notepad, like, don't panic. I got this.
He's talking to her. He's just like, don't cry. Don't make a face.
But we never see like the only time we're in the courtroom is just for people to make an even stronger case of why she's probably guilty. And then the one scene where the lawyer has the letter. But other than that, there's no actual like back and forth or development. You don't really learn anything about what her defense even is. You just know that they're making it through the trial and they're doing okay. And the lawyer's hopeful that she's going to get off.
Yeah.
At this point in the movie, it starts focusing more on, it spends less time in court and goes back to the Kaya Chase story and kind of just stays there, taking us through pretty much to the end. But there's no reason for this. Chase Andrews is at the 7-Eleven. He's like, you black people, I don't like you. He says something. He gets like in a contrived fight with them for some reason.
Yeah.
And then he's walking out to his boat and he's like, and he's talking to his friends and he's like, and that swamp girl, Kaya, hoo-wee, and I just took her virginity because I'm a villain. And, she's a stupid bitch. And then Good Boy is like on the dock, on the 1-inch long dock. He's just also there.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, don't say that about her. Chase Andrews like, who the fuck you stepping to, son? And then they get in like a altercation. The black guy comes out, breaks up the fight. For some reason, neither of them pull out a switchblade and cut his throat.
He's like, listen here, crackers. Get on this pier.
Yeah, they get in a fight because of Kaya, and he's looking for her because he's engaged. She runs into him in public, and Chase is like, oh, Kaya, meet my fiance. And you realize, oh, he's fucking around on the fiance with Kaya.
Yeah.
Why is he interested in her?
I mean, hates her. It's just the idea that female authors think that men just love cheating broadly, which isn't true. There are men out there who definitely do it. And I'm not trying to get rid of those people, anyone's experience. But the idea that men are just like engaged, married, and just like, I'm going to go in the swamp and fuck some chick.
It's the ultimate woman nightmare, which is that you save yourself for the good boy, and then you ultimately give your virginity to a bad man who doesn't really care about you and is only...
But it's also the idea that you are so beautiful that he will cheat on his wife for you. Mm-hmm. So that's the thing. It's like the double edge where it's just like, I don't want to give my virginity away, but I do want to get fucked by Chad.
I do want to get like gray area raped by like the disgusting man in the motel.
Yes.
Yeah. By the way, this movie has a 34% on Rotten Tomatoes, which means 1/3 of critics. This movie is psychotically, insanely badly written. A child watching this maybe could it could make sense to them where you kind of things go over your head, whatever. But 1/3 of adult professional movie watchers gave this a thumbs up.
If I was a child and I was watching this, I would be very confused because as an adult, I can kind of interpret what they're trying to say and what the story can be when they're just inept. But if you were a kid and you don't know anything about screenwriting or like how stories go
or how people act,
you'd be like, are these cartoon characters? Is this Daffy Duck?
Yeah. There's only so many ways to say it makes no sense, but it makes no sense. I mean, my head was spinning.
Yes, we're not being
literally spinning. My head was literally spinning. I mean, my wrist was hurting from how hard I was masturbating.
Masturbating to the rape scene.
My wrist was killing me from how much I was writing down. Like every 10 seconds, I had to write down like, wait, this makes no sense. This makes no sense. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like I was having an aneurysm. This was so bad.
I think I do have a memory of you. You said like I'm 10 minutes in, I have so many notes. And the movie's let's say like 2 hours. I checked in like 3 hours later and you're just like, I'm halfway through.
Yeah. I think I started it. I got home from work and I think the movie was playing by like 5:20 and I think it was done at like 10:30 that night. Yeah. And near the end, I wrote down less stuff because eventually it starts making a little more sense just by virtue of the fact the movie's wrapping up and you can't keep introducing new plot threads.
Yeah.
There's a certain point at which you can't add new plates. You can only just have to try to catch the ones you already have in the air. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Good Boy is now back in town unexplainably, and he gets in a scuff with Chase Andrews defending her honor. He goes looking for Kaya, but she won't talk to him. She pretends she's not there. She also pretends she's not there when Chase is looking for her because she feels jilted by Chase. Or I guess is jilted by Chase. And then when Good Boy comes around, she's like, you left me. You abandoned me. And he's like, he brings up kind of a good point, which is like, well, you never looked me up.
Yeah.
And he's like, I didn't want to come home and disappoint you. It's like this completely ham-fisted.
He's just like, he's like, I was nervous. I felt scared. It's like, for 5 years.
This is one aspect of the movie that we kind of have to blame men for, though. Because this contrived, like, the good guys, like, well, I just didn't want to be a disappointment, so I couldn't come home. Like, that's the only way that makes sense to a woman is probably just because they've been gaslit so many times by men who are just fucking around and cheating on them, where they're like, oh, I didn't want to disappoint you.
Yeah, that's the lie they say. And it's like, male stuff. That's why I didn't text you back late night.
Yeah, because guys have that. We have a lot of misconceptions, especially when we're young, about girls based on like projecting our own insecurities or things we've heard, like old wives' tales about how girls think and whatever. It's not like it doesn't exist the other way around.
Or how their hymen works.
You're red pilling me on the hymen.
Yeah. I'll show you some images later.
I need to go back to sex ed. I kind of forget how it gets here, but once the good boy is back in her life, she kind of accepts that he's there, and she, I guess, chooses to take him back or consider taking him back. But she has this breakdown about her mom. And her mom left. Her mom was the first person to leave. She mentioned the thing about her mom said to go where the crawdads sing. The mom is then not mentioned for the next 2 hours. Yeah. Once. She has a breakdown and she's like, I've just been waiting for her to come back my whole life. Really?
Have you? You've been doing quite well by yourself.
You've been doing quite well. There was no established relationship with this woman, and you haven't mentioned her to anybody at any point in the story.
No, there isn't a thing where she's like, I do wish Mama was here. I do love her cooking. Like, there aren't any, like, memories she shares with the audience. It's like I guess just, maybe they mentioned this more in the book, but you're expected to think that she's constantly thinking about her mom, but nothing shows that.
No.
Yeah.
No. It's just we needed an emotional moment, so let's pretend that let's pretend this movie had a point. Cut back to the courtroom. The jury have made their decision. They all rise. We, the jury, find the defendant, Kaya Swamp Ass, not guilty. And then I swear to God, you hear the Wii bowling like cheer.
Yeah, just the
court reigns. Oh. Whoa. You hear like the worst like chord, like like applause. Everyone's happy that she's not guilty. Who knows why they found her not guilty, because she looked insanely fucking guilty, had no defense, but not guilty. Great. There's then cue voiceover and cut to this like epilogue montage where she's now like 50, like 60 years old.
She's super old, at least 60.
Married to Good Boy. They're still living in that fucking house. She's like a world-renowned author. Oh, wait. Is one of her books called Where the Crawdads Sing?
There might be something hack like that.
There might, maybe. But she's like a renowned author who writes these books about like ecology of the marsh and does her own art and draws pictures of feathers because she knows feathers. And then she's in a canoe.
Yes. She's in a canoe and she like floats back to the dock and her husband is like, oh, it's just an empty boat. And she just collapsed in the boat.
She sees a force ghost of her mom. She sees a Obi-Wan Kenobi ghost of her mom. She goes, Mama? And then Kaya's suddenly young, like a little girl. And she's like, Mama, that you? And then Good Boy comes out of the cab and he's like, Kaya! And she's like face down in the canoe, just dead. Cue voiceover of like, the marsh is light and blah, blah, blah. He goes back in the house. I guess she's dead and buried at this point. Although it just cuts to him in the house. So it looks like he just went back inside. He's like, fuck.
He's like, finally.
Goddamn.
Thank God.
He's like going through her things. He opens up one of her books and there's like a hollowed out. It's like in a movie when someone has like a dictionary on the wall, but it's like, the pages are cut out. So there's like a key in there or whatever. It's like hollowed out in the back of one of her books. And there's the little necklace she made for Chase Andrews.
Yes. Which basically, implies that that's the proof that she killed him.
Clearly revealing that she did kill him and took the necklace back.
Yes. So, I mean, very obviously she's the one who killed him. I mean, of course. over the course of the story. Like, yeah. But then, so this is like the final reveal. And in any other movie, you would maybe expect to see like a flashback of her doing the deed as like some kind of closure. In other movies, they do stuff like this. They never show anything, and they kind of need to, because think about it. He fell from the top of the tower, and they could tell he fell from the top because of the blunt force trauma on him. She didn't just like bludgeon him or whatever. How does she bring someone up there and manage to like either push him through or like drag his unconscious body and make him fall off?
Yeah, because they were fighting. Did she trick him into? Was she like, "Hey, come up to the top of the thing so I can? So I can kiss you."
Yes, there are too many questions. For instance, first of all, why would he go all the way up there? He'd be like, "I'm just gonna rape you, bitch."
How did she kill him? Why did she kill him? Why was she found not guilty? I mean, like, none of that makes any sense. And she kept the necklace as a souvenir of like, I got that fucker.
Yeah, I killed that bitch.
I got him back for when he broke my hymen. Got him back for when he destroyed my fucking hymen.
Allegedly.
I bled through the hotel mattress. I had to pay to wash the blood out. I had to pay Chase Andrews to look it up.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it ends. It's like this like revenge sting moment of like, and the husband. And then there's like this like horror music sting, and the husband like covers his mouth, and he's like realizing, oh my God, she's a fucking murderer. And then it's over, and it's like, and that's what swamp girls do. So don't fuck with the swamp.
That's how swamp girls do it, honey. We kill people.
Yeah. It doesn't make you. It just makes you go like, okay.
Sure.
For me, I was watching it. I was thinking all the things I just said about all the ways it doesn't make sense. But at the very least, you watch it and you go, all right. But it's meant to be this like kick-ass, like hoorah. Like it's a perfectly meaningless, vapid revenge, like a victimized girl revenge ending for like Taylor Swift to be like girl power. You know, like if you watch this movie and you liked it, if you're a girl, if you're a guy and you watch this movie and you liked it, like you're, right to jail. If you're a girl who watched this movie and genuinely got something out of it, you have a mental illness. Because there are normal women out there who could see through this. I mean, this is the equivalent of watching like Rampage as a guy and be like, no, it's pretty good though.
If you're a girl
kind of says things.
If you're a girl who likes this, you have BPD.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a behavior disorder of some kind.
100%.
Where you're just you probably narcissistic.
Probably.
And you're 10 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, you need help. You need medical attention and a new hymen.
From what Caleb's about to do to you.
No. What Nick's about to do to you.
You're actually the pedophile. It's actually you?
Pedophile?
I said 10 years old.
I thought we were... Oh, okay. I thought we were just talking about taking girls' virginity in a Motel 6.
Man, we've all been there.
Chase Andrews. Did you notice, by the way, that when in that scene when she meets David Strathairn as a kid... he's like, the school is that way. A little boy runs by, like, out of focus, and you hear someone off camera go, like, Chase Andrews, you stop running so fast.
I did not notice that.
Yeah, because at the beginning of the movie, they say, oh, Chase Andrews, is it Chase Andrews? And it was such a, like, a recognizable, stupid name, but there is a little moment, there's an Easter egg where she met Chase Andrews as a little girl. The man she would eventually have sex with and then murder.
Chase Andrews, don't go up that tower.
Yeah. This movie is about how if you take a girl's virginity under false pretenses, you will die.
Yeah. That's the ultimate, like, woman revenge movie. It's just like, oh, the guy that I gave my virginity to, who's an asshole.
Yeah.
I get to kill him.
His dick game was subpar, so I cut his throat and threw him off a building.
Yeah, his dick's small, and he can't have sex, and I killed him, and I'm cool, and I read all these books.
Yeah.
And I'm married now, and I got a cool house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where the Crawdads sings. Olivia Newman, is she going to work again?
She's going to be, like, concerned to doing, like, Tubi originals.
If there was any justice, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, she's probably going to be directing a Marvel movie or something.
I guess so. She's going to do, like, Thor 8.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll direct, like, a new superhero movie that's, like, an adaptation of, a female superhero that has not been done for the screen before. Like, she'll direct, like, Bubblegum Girl. And it'll be like the worst thing ever, like the Eternals with Chloe Zhao.
Bubblegum Girl's such a good superhero. I can definitely see that being some hack thing that they would do. They resurrect like somebody that had like one comic spinoff in like 1959.
But Bubblegum Girl is she looks like Stripperella, but it's like a more classy outfit, but it's like insanely revealing, and she has like a BBL. But if you like look at her, she like, she blows a bubble that like then envelops you and carries you into the sky and drops you like Chase Andrews on your head and kills you for being a misogynist pig. She dresses like very provocatively, but she's extremely mad if you like look at her.
Yeah.
BPD girl.
BPD girl. The idea of a superhero just dropping you to your death. Like an eagle dropping a deer to kill it and eat it.
Yeah. The movie's that unself-aware. She's like, she isn't the villain. She's the superhero, but it's like Promising Young Woman.
Oh my God.
But the superhero power is that she like makes you feel bad for trying to rape. But in this movie, you're not even trying to rape. You're like, oh, you look beautiful. And she's like, what'd you say? And she blows a bubble and murders you.
You're just like, hey, I noticed you. Can I get your number?
What are my shoes? Yeah. Do you like food? People say like lame, like one-liners.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Cut to his mangled corpse.
Yeah. But in perfect, like in perfect, like girl fiction fashion, there's going to be like some dipshit who just hits on her in a really clumsy way, and she's like, oh, I kind of like you.
Yeah, he's gonna be a very like submissive guy who like doesn't really have the courage to hit on her, but she is just taking the initiative. Yeah, which is how they basically do romance in like that kind of movie now. I mean, the fact that the woman is initiating every single romantic thing, so there's no like missed cues, there isn't anything of like, oh, she doesn't want this.
Yeah. It's like how Chris Stuckman acts. Like, I can't be Me Too'd if I don't even try to date this girl.
You went such a long time without mentioning Chris Stuckman.
I got Stuckman on the brain. I've been Stuckmanized, bro.
God, we've been talking about that for too long. Our dear friend. I wonder, did he reviewed this, I think.
Must have.
I hope this was in the era when he was still talking about movies that are bad and he didn't think this was actually good.
Imagine how he would review this with his current model of not criticizing. What would he even be able to say?
He would just be like, yeah, the characters are interesting and it goes some places that you don't expect. And it's like, that's what movies are.
Yeah.
Movies always go somewhere you don't expect.
I gotta say, the camera was on. Sound was recorded and synced with video. Yeah, Olivia Newman, you're benched. You're a hack. I mean, when this movie started, before the story could even reveal how batshit crazy it was, I mean, you already know you're watching a piece of shit directed by a hack when, like, Kaya's running through the woods and it's just, like, terrible, like, handheld footage and she, like, jumps in the water and, like, just the shot choices are just very bland and everything. And I was watching this and I wrote down, like, is this, like, a TV director? This feels like very TV for hire. Like, this girl should be directing episodes of the newest, like, Star Wars, like, DEI show.
Yeah, of Mandalorian season 4.
Yeah, no, we're taking the keys away from you, Olivia. I mean, you could probably like knit a really good hat for your friend or something. You should be knitting hats. You should be knitting hats and like, and with your free hand, you're like slightly rocking a cradle.
So you're telling her to be a homemaker now?
I mean, what else is she going to do?
Caleb, she can do anything.
If your brain is this dysfunctional that you directed this fucking hunk of shit, like, what are you even capable of doing? Not that women can't be in the workforce, but this woman can.
She's a detriment.
I mean, would you trust her to, like, get your mail? You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
Imagine if Olivia Newman was your mailman. She'd look through your windows and be like, it's plain view doctrine, actually. She would like break in and kill you because she thinks you're like ignoring your wife.
Yeah, using some just like dodgy logic.
Yeah.
You have to be like, actually, you don't get your mail today.
It looks like you're gaslighting her, actually.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cut your throat. Yeah, Olivia Newman, if you're hearing this.
Okay, don't do that.
Would the world be worse off?
No, but I'm trying to be positive here. I'm trying to end on a high note.
Bro, we're watching Where the Crawdads Sing, okay? This is not the Michael Mann hour. You don't have to be positive about this. You disingenuous piece of shit.
Okay. Patreon.com/Your Older Brothers. Your Older Brothers podcast, and on Instagram, yourolderbrothers@gmail.com to call Caleb all the slurs you'd like.
To take us out, can I do a little original song for us?
Go ahead.
So, I'm into the tune of Carolina, or Carolina Sings by Taylor Swift. Actually, can I use your guitar?
Sure.
I'd like to perform a little outro, a Your Older Brothers original, for the listeners and for you. Did you listen? I remember I asked you this earlier. Did you listen to the song during the credits, the Taylor Swift song?
Carolina? I did listen to it, but I don't remember that much.
It's, It's a Taylor Swift song, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a Swiftie out there, like, you know, God help you. Where the Crawdads sing, there is no such thing as a good movie written by a girl, based on a book also written by a girl. Olivia Newman, the movie's chief villain, majored in women's studies. Really. Her storytelling's muddy, only directs films during the time of the month when she's having her women's bloodies. That's her period. She's a talentless, fraudulent bitch. I wouldn't trust her directing Traffic. If she had any sense, she'd save the studio's expense and retire before she directs another piece of shit cash grab Reese Witherspoon trying to chase the Gone Girl book-to-movie adaptation phenomenon. Fuck you. Woo! But all of this is not to say that everything in this movie's worth throwing away. After all, Taylor Swift just stole the music from True Detective Season 1 and thought she'd get away with it. Your older brother is at patreon.com.